Today we are continuing our relationship series. Last time we talked about the wedding night. Of course, we didn't get into too much detail about our personal lives, but we hoped to help others maybe prepare for their wedding night. But today we are talking about I'm married, now what? So after you get married, what do you expect? What do you do? All that kind of stuff. So our first point for a married now what is don't compare yourself. Especially don't compare your marriage to other marriages. We've talked about before individually not comparing yourself to others, but in this case this goes for both you and your husband, not comparing your marriage to other people's marriages.
Because everybody's different.
Right. Everyone's different and you literally just got married. So you're not going to be where other people are in their marriages, especially if you're looking at people who've been married for a little bit longer than you, even if it's just been a year longer. Maybe some people, and I'm just going to kind of throw out examples because everyone's lives are different, so I really just don't know where everyone's going to be at. But maybe, well, for instance, Aaron and I were married for a year, and then we decided to get pregnant. Other people may not be ready for that. So don't compare yourself with, like, you literally just got married. Oh, should I start having a baby? I mean, you can. You literally just got married. You can do whatever the heck you want. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't just, like, compare yourself. Like, I don't know how to exactly, like, not everyone's lives is, like, Instagram.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's good.
But then the next point following that, this is not the second point, it's just my sub-points. But starting out can be a little hard, but it's also really fun.
Yeah.
Especially if you're young, like we are, and got married fairly young, then you got a lot of growing to do together. So you get to kind of do all the hard stuff together and all the fun stuff together. Whereas, like, if you were a lot older, you might be already set in your ways. And so then things might be, I would think, a little bit more hard because you're, like, already, like, oh, I don't know, don't do that.
I
like,
don't like that way.
Because then you already have, like, all of your things. Like, you have all your furniture, you have all your kitchen stuff. But if you're like us,
then you get to get it together.
Yeah, you didn't have really any of that. So you get to kind of collect all your things together.
Mm-hmm. And just know that living with another person, even though you could be dating for 7 years, you're still going to have arguments about petty things because if you didn't live with them before, you're now living with them, and it can be hard.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like, if you just got married and, like she said, you never lived together before, then you're going to be learning new habits.
Because seeing a person, even if you see them every day, you're not going to know every single thing, like how they fold their clothes a certain way.
That's true.
It has to be that specific way. Or, I don't know, how they wash the dishes. It might be different how you want it. So you just have to learn to
compromise.
Okay, so this kind of flows in with what we were just saying. But our second point is take y'all's time with things. So whether that's making schedules, or just learning each other's habits, or hanging out with each other, just take your time. It's going to take a while to figure out all of those things. And one thing I saw on Pinterest, I don't know if this is random, but if you want to, like, have, like, a date night, like, once a month, or, every few weeks, then I saw this, I don't know if it does it. But anyway, so it's a jar, and then you take popsicle sticks.
Oh, yeah.
And they have, like, different color. I think you probably get them at, I almost said Marshalls. Not Marshalls. Hobby Lobby. And you could write on, like, yellow ones could be expensive dates. The other one could be, not expensive. This one, you don't spend any money. This one, you stay in. Anyway.
Yeah.
Just take your time with those and make sure you make time. Because work can get in the way. You're going to have really busy lives. Especially if you both work, or even if you don't work and you just stay at home, it's still going to be super busy. So just make sure you make time for each other, and then getting used to each other's schedules and stuff, that's going to take time, but it'll come time.
Yeah.
So
it's just a learning curve, especially like we said earlier, if you have if you didn't live with each other before, then you're learning everything. So you're learning habits, you're learning schedules. And a lot of this stuff, I think, too, like, you probably talked to each other about before you even got married. So you kind of already knew what you were getting into before you got married. So some of it shouldn't even really be a surprise. But some things just kind of do take you by surprise, especially if you weren't expecting something. Every day is different than the day before. Okay, so the third point for I'm married now is just to find a good church, whether you're already going to one or not. I think it's good to find a good community that you guys can grow spiritually in together. I think it's also important that you have a pastor that is good at leading, so also has good qualities of being a good counselor. I think it's important, like, maybe if you do end up in your marriage at a point where you guys just can't get over a certain argument or something, that you can go to your pastor for advice, or even if it's not your pastor but someone in the church who you think is a good leader to help counsel y'all. I think that's good. But then also being around people who are really encouraging, especially other young married couples.
That's important.
Because then you have you have a married community that you guys can
you kind of all have kind of the same problems in a way,
right? Not where you're just complaining about stuff.
Yeah, but just you can relate to them a little bit than if it was an older couple.
I mean, older couples, are great too. They have a lot of good counsel, but it's fun. Like we're friends and we're married, and so like we're kind of going along the same
little path.
Yeah, the newly married path. And then again, I already kind of said it, but just growing spiritually. Yeah, that's one thing Aaron and I really learned early on, just within dating, was that we really needed to grow together spiritually. Otherwise, our relationship just wouldn't work. We really had to keep God as the center. We did go through a season where God just was not in the center of our relationship, and this was when we were dating. And we really struggled. And I think we were at a point of like, are we going to work out or are we not? Because this is not going well. And we realized, we were just not keeping God as the center of the relationship, and therefore we need to grow spiritually our own relationship in order for it to succeed. And I think that's really important within finding a good church, because I think that helps encourage you to continue to do that.
And even at home, you can, like, if it's really a struggle, then you can find like things to do together, like reading through the same chapters together, or talking about it, or praying together. But, so you don't have to do those things. You can find something else. But yeah, just doing stuff together that will help you grow spiritually is important, and as much as having going to a good church.
Yeah, but I think having a good church is good. Something I wanted to add on there, it's not in my notes, but it kind of made me think about it. Like, again, going back to being around encouraging people. Again, I think it's important with being around other young married couples. I think that's, helpful. But you don't want to surround yourself with people who are going to, put you down. I mean, you all just got married. Yeah. You're excited for this new life that you're starting together, and you don't want people to bring you down. Obviously, you don't want that in general, but especially when you're married. I don't know, I've had people, okay, I just got married, I'm really excited to start my life. Obviously, there's a few things that we're still trying to learn about each other, but I mean, we have our whole lives together to figure it out. And you get people, and I think a lot of it just comes from just being sarcastic or joking, so I don't think it comes from a place of being mean or cruel or anything, but, well, just wait 5 years, you're going to hate each other's guts. or 15 years, or however many years they decide to come out with their,
it's so annoying.
It's just,
because that's not true.
It's not true.
People are not happy in their marriage.
So they want to try to maybe, in a way, bring you down, but maybe they're not thinking it in that way. But either way, it's still discouraging, because it's like, oh wow, in 5 years, am I going to hate my husband and think he's disgusting and want to divorce him or something? Because no, it should not be like that.
Or, wow, he still's holding her hand. I guess he still loves her. I don't when I'm 80, he holds my hand.
I know. It's like, why do people say stuff like that? if you're that person, stop saying stuff like that.
That's mean,
It's
and
mean.
it's not true, because my grandparents, you know, still hold hands, and they're in their 80s, so.
Yeah, I think you should always
Take
hold
that.
hands and kiss, and don't be gross, but like
don't be that.
be gross all at the same
Gross
time.
if you want.
Yeah, I guess.
It's not in church.
Yeah, not not in church.
You can hold their hand, just don't make out.
The main
Where are we going with this?
that's what I was just gonna conclude on that. The main point of us saying that, I know it's all sounds silly, and we're being silly, making light of it. But either way, at the end of the day, it can be discouraging for couples who just got married. And I think it's good, again, if you are just newly married, to surround yourself with people who are going to be encouraging, and encourage you all throughout your marriage. So, yeah, you just got married. Let us know if you need anything.
Yeah.
Yay, you just found out you're pregnant. Let us know if you need anything. Don't put people down for like different milestones that they're going through.
Okay, y'all, that is all for today's video. We hope that you enjoyed and got maybe some helpful tips. Again, we're not experts on marriage at all, because between us, we have about 3 years of marriage. So, not very much at all. But, we hope we were able to help you out just a little bit. But don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked this video. And leave down in the comments any questions or
comments,
just
happy things.
Okay, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the little bell by the subscribe button to get a notification anytime that we post a new video. And we hope y'all have a great Thursday, and we'll see you next week. Bye!
So like just, anyway.
Cut that out.
Yeah, you know, just cut that part out.
You can cut that part out. We can cut it out.
Anyway, do you want to like do the
outro? Okay. Alright guys, that was a little bit of a shorter video. Well, you know, I'm not going to say that because it's probably going to be like 16 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well guys, thank you for coming. I don't say guys. What am I saying?
Women.
Women.
Well, women, thanks for stopping by.
Okay. Okay, y'all, that is all for today's video. If you would, I don't know where I'm going from here. Okay.
I like literally brain farted.
No, me too.
I'm like literally brain farting every second.
That's okay.
Okay.
Alright. I thought this said find a good chicken. I was like, what? Make sure you get your chicken.
Some chicken sauce for
I guess you can do the third one.
Okay. I don't know. That makes sense. That's probably really dumb. But and also don't put people down. Well, that's what I meant. So yeah. I don't want to go on too much of a rant.
No.
So this is supposed to be a happy video.
Happy.
Happy. So